Wow, you guys, Ricky Gervais just destroyed every woke celebrity you could think of. Check this out.
Just because you're offended, it doesn't mean you're right. You know, it's offence is about feelings, and feelings are personal. Some people are offended by equality. So what? You know, so you can't second guess people. If you try and please everyone, you'll please no one.
Ricky Gervais is done with the
Just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. That is a great spot to start this video, guys. I'm not gonna keep pausing it, so make sure you hit that like button. Let's keep going.
political from Hollywood. He stood in front of some of the biggest celebrities in Hollywood and called them out to their face. This British-American comedian and actor has been making media rounds for the past few years, expressing his feelings about woke Hollywood and exactly what he thinks about it. But more to the point, Ricky feels no stronger hate than Hollywood celebrities and influencers expressing their woke beliefs and trying to be political. I mean, just take a look here at how he makes a mockery of Hollywood's woke influencers.
Hi guys, Ricky G here, wellness and beauty influencer. As a celebrity, I know all about stuff, like science and politics. So trust me when I tell you who you should vote for. If you don't vote the right way, that's like a hate crime, and it makes me sad and angry, and I'll leave the country. And you don't want that.
In under 30 seconds, Ricky pretends to be a Hollywood celebrity just to shame the fact that they express their political ideas to all their fans. It looks like a funny clip that means no harm, but Ricky has done all the harm in the world.
And that's something I believe in strongly. Celebrities, actors, all these phony people, unless they have a background, should never get involved with politics because they have this massive amount of influence to the common person when these people aren't common people. For example, Taylor Swift. You see, it was millions of people posting TikToks, videos all over the web. Swifties for Trump, Swifties for Trump. And then once she didn't endorse Trump, all of them are just back bandwagoning. These people are like in a cult when they're following that actor or that celebrity or whatever you want to call it. It's like a cult. So whatever they say is green, they're gonna say it's green. That's why I don't think they should get involved. Let me know what you guys think about that. Be sure to hit that like button.
He has called out these celebrities for being ignorant and manipulative. But in case you still doubt the fact that he doesn't care what others say about him, Ricky once went ahead to name drop Taylor Swift as one of these Hollywood celebrities. We have already seen from his speech at the Golden Globes where he says they're ignorant and don't know anything about the real world, much less politics. The man has been consistent in his calling out over the years. Stick to entertainment, Ricky says. As a comedian, Ricky has found creative ways to criticize the woke culture through telling brilliant jokes that expose flaws in their thinking.
You can get sued in this country for saying someone's gay if they're not, you know, which is a homophobic law, because you can't be sued the other way around. You can't be sued for saying someone's not gay if they are, which seems unfair, doesn't it?
But for all of these daring comments and snide remarks at the woke culture, you can be sure that Ricky receives his fair share of backlash, like the outrage that came up because of some of the things he said on one of his shows.
See, I just discovered this guy a few days ago, and just off what I've seen from watching this video, it's like a little mini documentary of his that they could dive into his personality. He's blunt, he's honest, but he does it in a very, very funny way. Very discreet. I love this already. Let's keep going, guys.
But it's Ricky. He still doesn't care.
My last show, Supernature, dropped on Netflix last year. Big backlash, wasn't there? Big backlash. People going, you can't say that. You can.
And one of them started when he dead named the famous transgender Caitlyn Jenner. Dead naming is a word coined by the woke community, and it basically implies that when a person transitions to another gender, it is unacceptable to refer to them as the gender they were before. Now, watch how Ricky, ever so subtly, airs his strong views on this.
And I found out my crime was that I dead named her. Now, I'd never heard that term, you know, before a day after the Golden Globes, and that was saying her old name and even acknowledging that she...
Did I just hear that right?
That I dead named her. Now, I'd never heard that term, you know, before a day after the Golden Globes, and that was saying her old name and even acknowledging that she used to be a man.
Why are we making so many laws for people that are not comfortable in their own gender? Why are we making laws for those types of people, but we're not making laws to close the border, you know, to send these illegals away? But now you're trying to say I dead name swim, calling them their old name. America was behind when Biden and Kamala was in office, but I believe we're gonna catch up. We'll do a lot of catching up with Trump in office because all this gender stuff that we're focused on is wrong. It's the wrong way to go about living life. Let's keep going, guys.
But she did. I saw him on the Olympic Games. It was decathlete. It was in everything. He was all over the place.
Ricky appears to be confused while making a joke out of the whole thing. Woke people seem to be so keen on erasing an entire existence just so what they believe can be supreme. In this case, it seems even more ridiculous because Bruce Jenner had that name for 58 whole years. So despite the rise of Caitlyn Jenner, the existence of Bruce Jenner isn't completely erased. But perhaps the most fascinating thing about Ricky is how he is a master of sarcasm and he uses it as a tool to call out woke people and expose the flaws in their systems. Here he called woke people out for virtue signaling.
Yeah, I'm not a fascist. It's an odd thing to just declare, isn't it, that you're not a fascist? We assume, don't we? You wouldn't go up to someone on the street and do that, would you? And go, oh, by the way, I'm not a fascist. You know, it's like they protest too much.
According to Ricky, woke people are always acting like they're fighting for minorities, and they use this as an excuse for virtue signaling. So if you think about it, it's almost like minorities are merely a tool used by the woke people to make their opinions seem more superior than they really are. But it gets even worse because if anyone else goes against these opinions, they are shut down by woke people and called names. They take offense and bash you for it. Ricky hates nothing more than this.
Well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world.
But if you want to know just how far woke people have gone in their feeling offended, especially about other people's matters, Ricky shares a rather interesting story here.
I once tweeted, I've put on £7 and a picture of me with a big belly. Do your worst. Insult me, right? People said, you shouldn't fat shame. What, me? I shouldn't fat shame me. Well, okay, my bad. Yeah. It's ludicrous what people get upset about.
In choosing when
I don't know how some of these videos were able to hit the internet because he's saying what all of us are really thinking. Everybody that act like they're okay with this agenda that they're trying to push, and we're scared to talk out, we're scared to voice our opinions on it because you know how people get when you bring up the wrong thing. He's saying things that we all think. I'm telling you guys, don't tell me some of this stuff hasn't crossed your head. You're just afraid to voice it. Let's keep going.
to get upset and what to get upset by, Ricky describes the woke people as completely ludicrous, and he's in utter disbelief at the fact that it's almost like they search and sniff around for anything that could offend them so they could voice it. However, Ricky has more to say about this subject.
Who will go online and leave a comment. You might as well go and read Toilet Walls to get upset about them. I have never been upset by anyone on Twitter. I'm too happy.
Let's think about this for a moment. Since Ricky says he cannot get offended by people's comments on Twitter, does that mean that the woke people who always seem offended are unhappy and so feel the need to get angry about everything? But of all the subtle jabs and disses Ricky has ever made about woke people and regarding woke culture, this one is definitely way up there.
There are real things in the world. I once tweeted, people are more offended by jokes about war, famine, fucking murder than actual war. Yeah. They're not doing anything towards those. They shouldn't joke about it. What are you doing towards the real thing?
The question Ricky asks here stares woke people in the face, and there has not been a response since. In a nutshell, Ricky is saying woke people pretend to care about societal issues by getting offended. But if they really cared, they would do something about it. Like
Exactly. They think their feelings are the solution to the problem. They get really emotional about it, act like they care, but why don't you put all the energy to making a difference? Wouldn't that go further than, oh, why are you talking about that, or why are you polluting the earth, or why don't you make alternatives? Right? These people act and just cry, and they think that's a solution to the problem. They think if they're more emotional about it and they seem more sincere about it, then everyone's gonna listen to them. Okay, now we're asking what's the solution, and then they don't never have nothing. They never want to come to a common ground. They just want to voice their opinion and voice their emotion. It's cool to feel a way about something, but when are we gonna start working about a solution, right? This woke culture has ruined like talking about sensitive topics everywhere. You can't even say, "Oh, I really think this election is gonna go well." Oh, you want Trump to win? Like it just stuff like that, guys. I really want to know what you guys think about this video. please be sure to hit that like button and like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And as always, let me know if you react to. We're out.